Hi, I'm meteorologist Chris Tomer. Let's talk mountain weather and ski conditions. And boy, did we get the snow in Colorado. This was outstanding for the first storm. And now the jet stream will reorient itself and will bring in some of that cold smoke that we all love. But look at the 24-hour totals from Colorado. I mean, nice powder day from Vail up to Breck, Aspen, Winter Park, Beaver, Snowmass at the top of the list with 20 inches. Steamboat only got 8. But I think with this next part in the northwest flow, you'll really be adding up the big totals, and I was also looking at Jackson Hole. You got 14 inches there, and a little bit in Alton Snowbird, but I think you'll have a better shot of snow coming in tonight and into Friday, setting you up for a nice powder day on Saturday. This is what I'm expecting, my Tomer watch list right here. And I talked about this yesterday and the day before, but continue to look at Jackson Hole all the way into the weekend. Grand Targhee, Big Sky, Discovery, Alta Snowbird for Saturday. Vail and Breck, Loveland, Steamboat, Aspen, Snowmass, all of those places along I-70 and north will do well as we roll into the weekend. I think Saturday is going to be a really big powder day across the west. So let's just get into it. Here's Breckenridge. They got 13 inches out of this most recent storm. Now will reload. In fact, the northwest flow is already taking over. It's already taking its firm grip here in Colorado. You can see it, low visibility. It's turning colder. This first storm was kind of warm in Colorado, but the second one is going to be colder, low density snow. It's going to maximize, everything we look for as a meteorologist in Colorado. This is going to be a good one. I'd say, at least another foot on the way for a lot of these places. I'll show you those maps coming up, but that's the kind of the way things look right now in Colorado. That northwest flow is starting to take over again. Here's radar and satellite. So as the jet reorients, it's going to come down just like this, and that is the key to this whole thing. It's going to snow. It's going to snow hard in the Tetons, and it will clip the Wasatch on its way through, and it will snow hard again in Colorado, I-70 and north. So again, it's all about the transition that's happening now at the jet stream. And that's what determines this northwest flow a lot of the time. Its success is the exact orientation of the jet. Notice there it is. Comes barreling in right out of the northwest, and this will open the door for colder temperatures as well. And that is something that's very important with these northwest flow patterns, is you got to have the colder air. And this is going to be one of those cases. By Friday morning, look at the blue on our future radar. That is snow, and it is setting up very nicely. It's coming through, Idaho and southern Montana, Jackson, all the way down to Salt Lake and the Wasatch, and nailing the central and northern mountains of Colorado. And it's still there on Saturday morning. It's in the same places. I talked about this yesterday, timing out the lobes of energy that ride the jet down with the northwest flow. Sometimes it's difficult to time them out, and they may change by 6 hours, but this looks like it's going to last into Saturday morning and even into Sunday morning. Look at the Tetons just getting nailed all the way back through southern Montana. It starts to wane a little bit, dries up a little bit through the Wasatch and into parts of Colorado by Sunday morning. But then the next lobe starts to drop down. And look at Monday morning. It is still snowing in the Tetons and parts of Montana. And some of that may drop back into Colorado by the time we get into Monday. It's a little far out, but it's a possibility with these northwest flow patterns. So look at an accumulations by tomorrow morning. Again, we're starting to add more accumulation through Colorado. You could ski powder again in the northern mountains of Colorado by tomorrow, including a lot of the Tetons. But again, that's just getting started. It's really going to pile up Friday into Saturday. And look at these numbers. We're looking at another foot there in Jackson Hole. Good powder there by Saturday morning through the Wasatch. And these numbers are the most likely amounts. They're probably low to medium range. They could be even more than this. There's always a range when it comes to mountain forecasting. I always like to say, it's hard to pinpoint an exact amount. There's usually a range, and that's the case. Look at Saturday morning in Colorado. We have accumulated up to another foot and a half, 2 feet in some cases, in some of these locations. So by the time we get into Sunday, you could ski powder again in a lot of these places. Look at Jackson, 2 feet. You've got Steamboat pushing 2 feet. Back to I-70, you've got powder in place. And by Monday, what we're looking at there by Monday is mainly across the northern Rockies as that northwest flow. Look at Jackson at 31 inches. I think that's entirely possible. Steamboat, you could be at 2 feet and more. Look at Bridger Bowl. Look at Discovery, all the way up to Whitefish and Schweitzer. Yeah, some good snow in the Pacific Northwest as well. I think those numbers are entirely possible by the time we get into Sunday, Monday. And again, Jackson Hole is probably one of those extreme cases where the snow totals are probably going to run off the chart. And I showed you that grand total by Monday of 30 inches, 31 inches. You can see it on my snow plume. I think that's entirely possible with this type of flow that is so consistent and cold running across. The orographics are really getting maximized in places like that. By Monday here in Colorado, I mean, most places we're looking at another foot across I-70 from Vail all the way back to Loveland and up towards Cameron Pass, Longs Peak. Northern Mountains are really going to get hammered with this northwest wind flow. I mean, look at Steamboat here. Some of these totals, 1 to 2 to almost 3 feet in some cases. Yeah, things are looking really good. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the pattern, the powder. And always appreciate you tuning in here. And I'll probably do another update tomorrow just to kind of shore things up for the weekend. Take care.